Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Blood Angels reveals. Angelic vision descends throughout the enemies of Baal. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. When Codex Supplement Blood Angels was revealed, we also saw the tragic Death Company Berserkers clad in onyx armor, and promised more red and gold to come. With the stunning new Blood Angels captain and Sanguinary priest, we've had a dose of red, and now it's time for a dash of dazzling gold. So there is a little video right here, but let's take a look at the full article, and obviously the Sanguinor is here. The most elite of Sanguinia's sons takes flight, led by the resplendent savior and divine visage. Alright, so very cool. Obviously the old Sanguinor model was still decent, but very dated. Now we have a brand new Sanguinor brought up to the Primaris scale. He's got a super awesome intricate sword. He's got the chalice in the other hand. Still has the beautiful jump pack wings, and then the actual jump pack on the back here. I'm sure we'll have a rear shot. And then now he's got the hover with the parchments holding him up in his brand new stature. So very cool. Definitely looks nice. Awesome detail on the armor. Beautiful sculpt. Definitely a massive fan of this. Still has all of the super cool elements of the old Sanguinor, but brought up to a larger scale, which really the old model was fine. It just needed to be cleaned up, refined a little bit. And I gotta say, I am super happy with this. I will definitely be picking up the new Sanguinor. Absolutely awesome. Tons and tons of detail on the face here. And I really like the look of the Iron Halo as well. Descending from the heavens to smite the enemies of the Blood Angels in times of the direst need. The Sanguinor is mystery shrouded in an enigma. Capped off with seraphic wings, besides his gleaming appearance and uncanny ability to intervene just when the going gets toughest, very little is known about the Sanguinor, except that he spells swift and certain doom for his enemies. So definitely some implications that he's still going to have his ability to drop in from deep strike after your opponent charges you with the first strike fighting ability, so very cool. So we see the new style of jump pack, definitely some cool looking wings. He's got the little flaps on here, still the big single jump thruster in the middle. Really nice detail. I absolutely love this model. I think they did a phenomenal job. All of the Blood Angels characters that have crossed the Rubicon and become Primaris have been absolutely awesome. Definitely a massive fan of this. Within the sacred pages of an iron-clasped tome, known as the Carta Sanguinorum, the Blood Angels recover every instance of the Sanguinor's intervention, and attentive scholars have obsessed that his actions curiously overlap with those of Commander Dante, though any further revelation has yet to be divined, nor are they any closer to determining his identity. Theories of the Sanguinor's true identity are many and varied. The Inquisition believe he is the manifestation of the Ephrin conjured forth by the Blood Angels' psychic will, and thus proof of a deep flaw within them, while others contend that he is the spirit of a Zacalan, preserved by the Emperor's grace. Yeah, absolutely awesome. I love that they are talking a little bit about his history, about his story, and definitely looking forward to some kind of book coming out for the Blood Angels that progresses their lore a little bit with all these new reveals, with the new Codex, with the new army refresh. Games Workshop really has crushed it so far with these new Blood Angels reveals. Alright, and it looks like he's not going to be on his own. Whatever the truth, this legendary hero can only be in one place at a time, which is where the ancient veterans of the Sanguinary Guard fit into the Blood Angels' battle plan. Golden bolts from the heaven can turn the tide of battle with a single roaring descent. Tracing their heritage back to the Great Crusade, the Sanguinary Guard are the chapter's most elite warriors. Their dwindling supply of relic armor, Angelus bolt guns, and unmistakable death masks have been retrofitted to work with the new Tacticus Mark V armor. Alright, so we got some new Sanguinary Guard as well. So we still see the embroidered kind of chest plates and armor. Here we see one armed with a sword. They have the much more newer style of jump packs. Looks like slightly different wings. The actual wings built into the jump pack now. Definitely a different look. Not sure that I love it. We see also that now he's holding a pistol. Still has more of the traditional style helms. And then we have another one here with a spear with the little banner action. Alright, so this is more of the traditional style pistol, but it's not the Stormbolter looking style. It's still mounted on the wrist, but it's a single smaller pistol now. I'm not sure that I love the look of this guy here. He's still pretty cool. The armor looks nice and everything, but there's something weird going on with the waist. It's a little too thick in that area. The detail also on the armor plates and everything looks just a little bit washed out to me. Maybe it's the paint job, not the sculpts. So here we got another one with the sword. He has the wrist mounted bolter. Obviously we see the use of tactical rocks. Overall pretty athletic action poses. Again, I'm not sure for Primaris Marines, they just look a little bit stubby. Alright, so only showing off 3 right here. Let's take a look down below and see if there's some more pictures. I'm kind of having mixed feelings about these. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. Alright, so here we got a couple more of like the various poses. So we see multiple more with spears. So it does look like the axes and power fists are gone based on the pictures that we're seeing here. It's either like a pretty big, like awesome sword or a spear. So I think overall these look cool, but I'm not sure this is like a massive upgrade. Like this pose right here is pretty cool. The actual like proportions and everything look pretty good on this guy. We see a bunch of them without like the death mask of Sanguinius, which is weird because that's kind of like their thing. I mean, it's definitely awesome to have like some headed options as opposed to the helmets, but the helmets are definitely like a staple part of the Sanguinary Guard. So a little interesting choice. I do like the pose with the spear. It looks like he's getting ready to like throw it or stab at something. But I think where it really gets me is like the little like bits of lack of detail. Like there's not a bunch of like extra stuff on them. It sort of seems like a bit of a, I don't want to say downgrade compared to the old kit, but rather than like the awesomeness of like the old sculpts, these just sort of feel like generic. I'm not sure if it's like the transition over to like all the like digital designing rather than like actual sculpting, but they're just not as cool as like the old ones were. They feel just a little bit more generic. I do like them. They're definitely cool. They're definitely nice new models, upscaled to like Primaris size. But I think if we put these side by side to like the other ones and just look at the actual like details of the sculpts, the shoulder pads are like much more generic. The actual armor is just much more generic. The backpacks are definitely different. I think the transition away from like the winged backpacks is definitely a downgrade. It's still cool that they have like the wings. The like thruster flaps is cool and everything. But I like the old style of like the single jet in the middle with the wings. More similar to like what the Sanguinor had. It definitely seems like a downgrade also that they're losing the power fist and then the axes. The pistols definitely don't look as good as the old pistols did. At least like the size and like chunkiness of them. It does look like we have one armed with the Infernus pistol and that's the guy like actually holding it. I'm kind of having mixed feelings on these honestly. These shining veterans leap into battle with their jump packs to shatter enemy lines, holding fluttering banners from the chapter's earliest days. Only released from the Arcs Angelic in times of great need. All three Sanguinary Guard have construction options, including bare or helmeted heads, and the choice of elegant and carmine blades or new and carmine spears, one of which can be given a banner to fly high in combat. These radiant warriors will join the rest of the Sons of Sanguinius later in the year alongside Codex Supplement Blood Angels. And then there's a note at the bottom, quite how a towering golden space marine with gigantic white wings reliably sneaks away during battle is frankly beyond us. Alright, so that was a note about the Sanguinor. Alright, so there's definitely another thing that is jumping right out at me. The fact that they say all three. So that means there's only going to be 3 in a box now instead of 5. And they're probably going to be priced around the same as like Blade Guard or something like that. So instead of getting 5 with all the like eccentric detail and awesome custom jump packs, now you're getting 3 of them. And the sculpts are cool, but I'm not sure they're like an upgrade. So honestly, my take on the Blood Angels is they did a phenomenal job with all the new characters. They definitely look awesome. But between the Death Company and now the Sanguinary Guard, I feel like those kits are like awesome because they're Primaris scaled and upsized. But the actual detail and like awesome like individual parchments and shoulder pads and embroideries and everything like that is downgraded. So very cool to see new Death Company like upgrade frames and everything, bringing the Death Company up to Primaris size. Very cool to see like the Primaris scaled Sanguinary Guard. But there's definitely some elements of the old models that made them so awesome and so amazing and made the Blood Angels really stand out that have kind of been like left behind for what looks to me like more of like a generic CAD design. Now don't get me wrong, these are awesome. I'm definitely looking forward to getting a hold of them and painting them up. Definitely looking forward to like the new Blood Angels Codex, the new detachment rules. And I am a longtime Blood Angels player. I have a massive Blood Angels army. I've been playing with them for like literally decades. And I've been really excited for the new Codex and the new models. And I never thought the new stuff would come out and I'd want to grab up some of the old stuff. But I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I honestly think I want to grab up some of the old kits and then use some of the elements of the old ones, particularly like the shoulder pads and the wings from the backpacks, or maybe like the old jump packs altogether. combined with the actual bodies of these to make some Sanguinary Guard that still have like all of the old awesome elements of the previous edition Sanguinary Guard with the new Primaris scaled ones. Now jumping back to the Sanguinor, I definitely think he's a massive upgrade. Just the fact that they've brought him up to scale and overall kept the elements of the old Sanguinor, absolutely crushing it. Again, I think they did a phenomenal job with the characters, but I do think the new infantry kits are a little lackluster, and it definitely sucks that they're going down to 3 per kit for the Sanguinary Guard instead of 5. I'm excited to see the rules. I'm excited to put the Blood Angels on the table, as I really haven't been playing them that much in lieu of the Death Watch for this edition. But let me know what you guys think. Do you feel like the characters are an upgrade and then the like infantry kits are like a little bit of a downgrade or like a little lackluster? Are you completely in awe by the new stuff? Do you absolutely hate it? Definitely want to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I love the Sanguinor, I love the new characters, but I'm a little bit mixed on some of the other stuff. And I'm out of here.